Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Empowerment with Elizabeth. Today I am here with my sweet new friend Tetra, and she's going to chat with us about being a state title holder and her prep for Miss USA. So, Tetra,
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about you.
thank you. First of all, thank you for having me, and thank you to your guests for tuning in. My name is Tetra Shockley. I'm actually a lawyer here in Dover, Delaware, where I have my own practice with my partner, Arlene Benton. I primarily practice family law. I am a wife of almost 20 years, a mother to a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, and a dog mom to my girl Jazzy. I love to work out, online shop, eat blue crabs, and drink coffee. Not necessarily all at the same time, but those are some things that I enjoy doing.
I love it. I love it. Take us back to the start with pageantry. What got you interested? Was it a person? Was it an event? And then kind of walk us through how it got you to where you are now.
Yeah, so I'm 44 years old. So back in my day, the big pageants, the Miss USA, the Miss Universe, they were on primetime TV. And I think they were something that just families watched. And I just remember being introduced to pageantry just from watching it as a kid at home with my family. I didn't have anybody in my family who was into pageantry. So I really think it was just something that we did. We're going to watch Miss USA. We're going to watch Miss Universe. And like most little girls, I would look at the TV and just dream, right? Just literally dream, not plan, just dream, and never had the confidence as a kid. It never occurred to me that I could be that girl. And I never thought it could be reality. So I never tried. And it wasn't until I got married and learned about Mrs. Pageants that I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it out. So I started in Mrs. Pageantry about 15 years ago, and I just caught what I call the bug, caught the pageant bug, and I've just been going at it ever since.
I love it. I love it. And I'm a fellow pageant girl too. So this next question is selfishly my favorite, but I want to know what your favorite phase of competition is. So tell us your favorite phase and then kind of walk us through why that phase is your favorite.
Yeah, so I love them all for different reasons, but my absolute favorite is interview.
Hmm.
And the reason I love it so much is because it is the opportunity for the judges to know my heart.
Hmm.
I'm not who I am in a swimsuit. That's not the core of who I am. Even as much as I love to be in a beautiful evening gown, that doesn't really tell you who I am. But
Hmm.
being able to sit face to face with judges and share my heart and my vision for my year as the title holder and the things that I'm passionate about, that's my favorite because that's the opportunity for the judges to see who I really am. And since the whole thing is judging, right? You're actually judging who I am,
Hmm.
right? And so that's what I enjoy the most.
So cool. So cool. And you are freshly crowned. I mean, you quite literally days ago.
Yes,
So I know that you're probably still kind of settling in.
I
I'm sure
know.
it's kind of like hasn't even set in yet that you're going to Miss USA so soon. But thinking back to competition, I'm interested to know why you think the judges selected you specifically to represent your state this year.
Yeah, so it goes back to what I said about interview being my favorite. I think the judges saw my heart. They
Mhm.
saw the passion. They saw that I had a clear vision on why I wanted to be Miss Delaware USA. And they saw that I also had a vision, not just for myself, but for my director. Like I recognize that this year isn't just about me, it's about my director and what she envisions for her organization for the year. And just the fact that I also know who I am. And I
Mhm.
was very clear in expressing to the judges, this is who I am. So I think there was an authenticity there as well as a transparency that really resonated with the judges.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And your next pageant is Miss USA, which I'm sure you're so excited for. I'm so excited for you. Um,
Listen, if I could just say real quick to go from the little girl who it was a dream, but not with any intent behind it, to being the grown woman who thought that door was forever closed, but it is wide open for me. It's everything. I'm very excited.
I'm so excited to watch you, for you, to watch your journey and kind of walk us through what you're wanting your journey of prep specifically to look like for Miss USA. What are you wanting to focus on?
The big thing again is interview.
Mhm.
So I am excited that this year Miss USA has changed scoring to where interview is now worth 50%, whereas before it was, all equal. And interviews were 50% this year. And I'm so, again, for all the reasons I've already said, very excited about that. So while I am very intent to be in the best shape of my life, and I have already custom designed this beautiful gown, my focus is really just getting back to center, get back to the heart of who I am, checking in on my why, making sure that hasn't changed, making sure I'm not looking to my left and my right to see what other ladies are doing. Let's stay true to Tetra, and then let that light shine before the judges, and hope that they see something that, well, I know they'll see something unique and brilliant and beautiful. But I know there are going to be 50 other women who are also brilliant, bright, and beautiful, right? So we'll see.
And I have a non-pageant question for you. I'm
Okay.
interested to know what your favorite thing about your state is.
There's so many great things about Delaware. Fun fact, you may not know this, but we are tax free, right? So that's one of my favorite things that I kind of take for granted until I'm in another state and I'm looking at the price of something, but that's not actually what it's going to ring up when I get to the counter. So I do love that we're tax free. I love that we have the beaches, and I love that um, we are a very small community. But my favorite thing is I feel like no matter where I go, if I talk to a person long enough, I find a connection because we are one of the smaller states, small but mighty, right? The small but mighty. But I love that just in communicating with someone in the grocery store or at the hair salon, if you talk just long enough, you're going to find that connection. And that's the best part of Delaware.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And our final question, if you could give one piece of advice to a girl competing at Miss Delaware USA next year, what would it be?
So if so my advice to any woman in pageantry, whether it's Miss USA or not, I kind of have, you know, a bias toward Miss USA. But whatever system you find yourself in, I don't like calling it a platform. It's really my life's purpose. It's my mission. It's why I know God put me here. And it's called You Are the Crown.
Mm,
And the purpose behind You Are the Crown is for every woman to know, especially in pageantry, that the crown doesn't define you,
mhm,
the crown doesn't give you value, it does not validate you. You are
mm,
the crown. You're the thing of value already. And so, any woman really in the world that does anything, but specifically in pageantry, my advice would be don't go into pageantry trying to find value.
mhm,
Already know who you are. And that way, the outcome, while you might be hoping for a particular outcome, if it doesn't go that way, it doesn't destroy you. Might make you sad, might make you a little disappointed, but it doesn't have to devastate you because you know, okay, it wasn't my year, it's
mhm.
not my time, just not now, but I'm still exactly who I am, and I still have something to offer the world with or without a crown and a sash.
There you go. Amazing. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, Tetra, for coming on and chatting with us about you and your mission and all the awesome things that you've already been doing this year. And just know that we'll be rooting you on at Miss USA.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you again for having me. I'm really excited.
Of course. And I will see the rest of you guys on our next episode. Bye, y'all.